What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and I see Mr. Michael Vesquez. Yeah, Michael Vesquez, one of my regular viewers. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that from the comments down below. But we're gonna start on today's wrestling news video, part 66, episode 176, I believe, yeah, of the SNA podcast, where I'm gonna be talking about the wildest wrestling that you SNA fans need to know. And it's from the wrestling news article of Fightful on December 15th? Yeah, 2020. December 15th, yeah, 2023. And we're gonna start off on today's video with Chris Sabin to defend the TNA X Division title against Kushida and Vikingo at TNA Hard to Kill. And it says new title bout set for TNA Hard to Kill. TNA/Impact Wrestling announced that Chris Sabin will defend his X Division championship against Kushida and El Hijo del Vikingo at TNA Hard to Kill. Kushida signed a deal with TNA on Wednesday, while Vikingo was announced for Hard to Kill on Thursday. Last night on the episode of Impact Wrestling, Sabin has been the X Division championship since Impact 1000 when he defeated Leo Rush. Which that's another news article that you can check on the other side. And there's the post of the breaking news after it's been announced last night on the 14th December edition of Impact. And what's your thoughts about that? We were just talking about Kushida signing on Impact was like 2 days ago, yeah. Because of Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, like the Impact veterans that have been there for quite a while now. Alex Shelley's been there for almost 20 years, while Chris Sabin's been there for the past half a decade, I believe. But yeah, what's your thoughts on that? And are you gonna watch next month's Hard to Kill when it'll be the first pay-per-view since the return of TNA? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna move on to the next wrestling news, and it is we got Brian Myers on of saying time of anytime Will Ospreay is around TNA, wrestling is better for it. And it says by the former tag team champion Brian Myers is a big fan of Will Ospreay in TNA/Impact Wrestling. At the Bound for Glory pay-per-view in October, Will Ospreay made his return to Impact Wrestling. My apologies. He says wrestling speedball like Mike Bailey in a match at that some consider to be a match to the next contender. This Will Ospreay's first appearance. This was Ospreay's first appearance in Impact or TNA/Impact since 2016, 5 years ago, and it led to many fans wanting the aerial assassin to sign a full-time deal with the company, despite the fact that he's set to join the All Elite Wrestling promotion. like on a full time base in spring of 2024. Osprey will be making his return to TNA Wrestling in January 2024 as he will wrestle Josh Alexander. Like once again, like while speaking to Fightful for a new interview, Brian Myers said to said that TNA is going to be better anytime that Osprey decides to pop his head in for a quick visit. Myers said, obviously he's a megastar, a guy who truly loves TNA wrestling. So it's cool to have him. I thought we were going to have him for good. Really did. I thought that maybe there was a chance there that he'd be somebody I'd be sharing the locker room with for years to come. He says, but I'm happy for him and always happy when he's around because he's a big star. And he and uh, Eddie, in the UK tour, they had the match of the whole tour. It was incredible. Anytime he is around, TNA is going to be better for it. Elsewhere in the interview, Myers spoke about the blindfold hardcore match Jake 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 something at Hardcore Justice 2021. Fans can check more about that by clicking on this link onto the next article, which hopefully we get to there in just a moment. But then again, maybe I could click on it, like something just to add some more news about this. But before I do, I want to ask, what's your take on last? What's your take on Brian Myers? Having Brian Myers be back here on on TNA / Impact Wrestling. Now, do you think Will Ospreay should make another appearance? And then, what's your thoughts about him saying he makes the wrestling product more better when when he uh, he uh, when he makes an appearance on TNA? And do you think he makes it better, or he just makes it special? Let me know in the comments down below. And what's your thoughts about Brian Myers being a fan of him as well? Yeah, also let me know down below, and we're gonna move on to the next. And it says Brian, and we got some more Brian Myers news on that exact same interview. It says it was challenging but fun to put together a hardcore blindfold match. And it says Brian Myers recalls facing Jake something in a hardcore blindfold match. The bout between him and something took place at Impact Wrestling's Hardcore Justice, in April of 2021, a year after he got released, alongside his best friend Matt Cardona, of course. But anyways, after about 5 minutes, something ended up winning the match via pinfall after after blast after blasting Myers with a crate full of action figures. While speaking to Fightful, like while on the same, or should I say, while on the same interview with Fightful, like overbooked, like for a new interview, like said that he is proud of the match before before saying that Jake something is incredibly talented. He said it was fun. Sometimes you have a regular match, and it is what it is. This time, your brain has to go be like, how how can this make the most sense, but also be entertaining and fun. There is a lot put into in it in that sense, and also there were no freaking people there like challenging like right like, but I enjoy that something something different. You come in, you're not doing the same old thing. You're doing like something different and getting the weeks, getting the wheels spinning. Like I enjoy that as as a performer. I took it as a challenge. Like and I feel like I'm sure not a of lot of people like it saw it because it was during the pandemic, but it's something I'm proud of. And at the end of the day, it was a lot of fun. Jake something is incredibly talented, and it was incredible to be in there with being in be in there to be in there with. I mean, yeah. He did somewhere else in the video. He also noted that interviewed Myers commented on Impact, like wrestling becoming TNA. Like once again, fans can learn that onto this what's it called, on this link. They can just click right here. What's your thoughts on what's your thoughts about Brian Myers of being what do you think about Brian Myers of confessing his match on how it was like in the inside of the ring, despite being an entertaining bout, like from that hardcore blindfold match. Let me know in the comments down below on that, and also what's your thoughts about him praising and complimenting his opponent of being such Jake Jake something, that's what his name is. And what's your thoughts about him complimenting him as how great a performer he is, and also a great performer he is, and also he's incredibly talented. Using that term on him. What's your thoughts on that as well? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're going to move on to the next slide, and it is Sean. Sean Durkin explains decisions to cut Chris Von Erich story from the Iron Claw, and we got some, and right here we got some Iron Claw news now. Is like because it explores the tragedy of the Von Erich family, a a family destined for wrestling stardom before audition and pain become become too much to overcome, and Carey, and Mike, and Chris Von Erich all died in tragic ways. And three of those deaths are touched upon in in the Iron Claw called in the Iron Claw movie. Chris's story is left out of the film. All, however, which which director which director and writers which director and writer Sean Durkin said was one of the touch the toughest. I mean, not touch the toughest. I mean, what was it? The toughest. It was the toughest calls. The toughest calls he had to make. Like while speaking to with Mike Ryan of Up Rocks, like he said, it's really difficult. I never had a more difficult decision to make as a writer. I care so deeply, so it was painful, but you have to make a tough decisions, like, and you have to do what's best uh, to get the film make. I wrote this script for 7 years, and Chris was in it for a long time. So there was a point where it become clear that if you separate yourself from the emotional connection to the family and to real life, you have to separate and say, okay, well, this is a movie. There, these are characters, and the movie just cannot withstand another death at that point in the movie. Durkin said it be it became that simple, like which is so difficult from a, a human level, and that was what you grapple with. But from a storytelling perspective, it it was uh, it was right, because the film, it wasn't like AI about just the grief. It was about the loss. It's the absence, like absence of grief, and the recur the correction the correction the recorrection and how Kevin gets through it. Also just the their nature of their deaths, like were like very similar. All their all three brothers who committed suicide. So Chris made it into the film in the scene, in the sense, I should say, in the sense that the character of Mike is a combination of Mike and Chris in some ways. Like Durkin, I said he was worried about Kevin's reaction to Chris's story not being part of the film, but when he explained things, like Kev, Kevin said it made sense, and also added that Kevin Von Erich was on Wednesday's AEW Dynamite alongside Ross and Marshall Von Erich, and Marshall will be in action at Ring of Honor Final Battle and at tonight's AEW Rampage tapings, which was taped from this past last Wednesday on Dynamite. Which, yeah, I'm gonna review AEW Rampage tonight. And for those fans, I hope we had a good time. I believe one of the sons of Kevin Von Erich, and hopefully, it was a great event, and hope gets the match of the night, courtesy to Super Ninja Austin's SNA podcast. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully, I enjoyed it on Rampage on television, and and I'm gonna be talking about that on episode 106, 178, I believe. You found it? Yay!
Listen. Oh no.
I just saw it over here.
I saw it. I hear the noise. Oh, my iPad.
Here's your iPad. We'll look for it. Yeah, it's around there somewhere, but we'll look for it.
iPad.
Your iPad?
I found it.
Yeah, baby found iPad. Okay.
You said. I said that on chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You said it.
Yeah, thank you for finding it, Birdie. Mm-hmm. But what's your thoughts about cutting the scene with Chris Von Erich out onto the movie? What's your thoughts on that? And do you think it was too much that he cut out, or just a little bit? And do you think he should have cut it out, or just let it out in there, making it more theatrical? Yeah, and hopefully when you get it, when it be airing on streaming services and DVD, they'll have the theatrical version and the extended version, which you can choose your pick, like something like you would get on Fast and the Furious movies, especially from the older ones from back in the 5th and 6th days. But anyways, let me know what y'all think about that in the comments down below. We're gonna. I forgot about the Brian Myers interview. But we got some Adam Copeland news now. As Adam Copeland to critics of his red carpet outfit, by him saying my hat game goes way back. And it says from the AEW star, the rated R superstar, I should say, which less of a rated R superstar on this series, like of Adam Copeland attended the premiere of and the Percy Jackson and the Olympians, like like as he plays Ares like in the series. Like it says Copeland sparked like some buzz, but within with an eye-opening outfit at the premiere. His hat especially became the target of jokes. Like and Copeland took to social media to respond. Like on Twitter slash X, Adam Copeland noted that people seem perplexed, like that he went full Aries, like Aries Michael, like Hayes slash Macho Man slash Prince slash Slick, like with his outfit. He stated that his hat game goes way back, and he posted pictures of his unique. They varied in style, like, but they all show that Copeland indeed has an impressive hat game. There's the post right here. Having a reputation with hat multiple times before. And what's your thoughts on that? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And there was somebody that looked, and I saw somebody that looked exactly like him with the one in the bottom middle, like with the camouflage hat, like someone with long blonde hair, like about 15 years ago when he was like the world heavyweight champion at the time, and he was in program with someone like Batista or even the Undertaker. And my brother even made a joke, like when this guy came out of our local grocery store, saying like, "Look at this edge," like, and it made me and my mother cracked up. But yeah, but what's your thoughts about him having having experience with hats before, like considering like considering like his time as the rated R superstar and as a team with his tag partner, former kayfabe brother Christian. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this silly thing in the comments down below. It says also on here he was in the match against Christian Cage, like which headlined the show on December 6th, a week ago, on AEW Dynamite, which he got attacked by Shayna Wayne with the TNT Championship, which he caused him the match. And also, we have Copeland recently discussed how he's dipping into his wrestling playbook came like in him in handy for his role, like in Percy Jackson, like in the Olympian. Like check it out, his in the comments here, like which you talk about like his his wrestling playbook help him out of getting this role, like of being this character. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this funny comments that the people on the red carpets were saying about Adam Copeland and to his outfit into the premiere of the series. But let's talk about like more about Adam Copeland on about his role on Percy Jackson uh, and the Olympian. And it says right here, like Adam Copeland discusses like discusses his latest actioning like like his latest not actioning acting. Well, I say action. I mean acting gig like and how professional wrestling influenced it. Like Copeland is a WWE Hall of Famer and has achieved an incredible like amount of success like inside the squared circle. When he was forced to retire in 2011, he would soon he would soon find himself in in the in the world of acting, and as initially I starting off with a role on haven't on haven't, and he would also feature on the Flash before right before securing a recruiting role on Vikings. When Copeland returned to the ring in 2020, it would put a pause on his acting career as he returned to the industry. He was uh, he was forced to leave in 2011. However, Copeland has has once again returned to the realism of acting with the upcoming series Percy Jackson and the Olympians, like while speaking to co collision the collision like on the red carpet like for the premiere of the Disney Plus series. Adam would explain he had dipped how he dipped into his wrestling playbook while playing Aries in the show. He said, like Aries, Aries is a little bit of wrestling, and that helped you. I know, like helped like kind of help I mean, because like you're playing a god, so you have to be larger than life. You have to be big, and that's exactly what wrestling is. You have to amplify things like to possible of 80,000 people like away. It has to be big. Everything has to be big. Aries is big. It came it came in handy to kind of dip into my wrestling playbook. Like Percy Jackson and the Olympian is set to premiere on both Disney Plus and Hulu, like on December 6th edition of AEW Dynamite, where he would lost the TNT. Like wrestling is like into him being on the squared circle. And then he thanks his wrestling career of getting this acting gig on the Percy Jackson of what's the name of it? And the Olympian. That's what it's called. which gonna be on streaming services like Hulu and Disney Plus, according to this article on December 20th, 2023, of course. Like, and I'll be checking out the series, which I think I'm probably will. Like, see Star Wars. Yeah, like all the comic book series fans out there, like y'all already would know that. But what's your thoughts on this show in particular? I think I'm gonna give it a check out as soon as it may be on when as soon as it gets on when it be released on streaming services and streaming services and streaming services and streaming services and like streaming services like Disney Plus and Hulu, yeah. But most Disney Plus, like which I'll say watch on Disney Plus and watch it wherever you get your series on the streaming platform. Let me know all about that in the comments down below. We're gonna move on to the next wrestling news story, and that is we got PCO says that the TNA wrestling is bigger, like uh, bigger, bigger venues. Like you don't have to lose $40 million to grow. And it says right here, PC on the direction of TNA wrestling in January. Impact Wrestling will once again become TNA wrestling, like reverting back to its original name, like and ushering like in a new era. PCO was technically the first signing of the TNA era. Was like re was he re-signed with the company after the rebrand was announced. Like speaking on the Generation of Wrestling podcast, PCO was asked about the goals of TNA wrestling. He said the goal would be to go to bigger venues, but maybe not right away for all the television tapings. Like Hard to Kill before we were at Sam's Town. Like this is the Palms like different building, like nicer place, like bigger place. Like I think there will be some major ones like during the year, and a difference. A lot of people will with Impact would call it TNA, like the the lineage of TNA, even though it was the same. It looked like two different companies. Now it feels like Impact is SmackDown or Raw. Like in Impact is WW. I mean, in TNA is like a WWE. It feels like a bigger name, like all together, like more well known. Like everybody knows TNA. There is that vibe where there is something special about three those three letters, like something like big, special, unique, and it rings a bell. The nostalgia effect is big too. The lineage, like nostalgia effect, like, and direction, like the company is going. I feel like you don't have to lose $40 million a year to grow your company. You can grow a company with still making money. You don't have to lose money every year in order to build something. It can be something you build more like solidly and constantly like away. And by time, I don't think you can step on time. I don't think you say because I have money, I'm going to shove 10 or 15 years of of some of what someone else like would have done in a way you can be you can because you need money to make money. But I don't think it's a matter of money. There are so many places where you have to be careful when doing something, whatever business it is. Like you said, um, Peace wrestled at Impact Fire Solution, defeating Jesse Vick on the Countdown show. CEO said, like, about the profit method of owning a wrestling promotion. Y'all let me know down in the comments down below. And also, what's your thoughts on PCO saying like everybody knows TNA more than they do Impact Wrestling, and that's a proven fact because like when we hear from those like when we know people that knows like Impact like as much as we do, they know it by referring it by calling it TNA. Which we do that most of the times. It's a wrestling company for short. Like what if it's TNA Impact? Well, Impact's known as more like a Raw or SmackDown kind of show. Like it's just the show name. Like while the company we would know it as TNA, like TNA. What if it's TNA Wrestling or TNA Impact Wrestling? But it's TNA because like it's the three letters that could go well like along with companies like WWE or AEW. Like it's like a promotional nonstop action. And yeah, that's but yeah, but yeah, I think this is a great idea to bring it back, like for the fact that fans were asking to bring it back, and also everybody knows it as TNA, especially the chants are chanting TNA, 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 which I believe is the best decision that TNA has ever made by bringing back their own initials back. Like even what if they keep Impact or not? Like it'll be the same with TNA, but I'm not sure if it'll be that much of the same. Wrestlers only have a very few majority of the wrestlers from the original, from the like on what's interest that they'll bring in the wrestling community. Like, but we're gonna have to stay tuned till then. But yeah, let me know what y'all's opinions in the comments down below. And up next on this next article, it says Maven like Maven went on to say William Regal has like my un, undying respect. Like he made me a better wrestler. Maven speaks highly on of William Regal in a new video on his YouTube channel. Like former WWE star and Tough Enough winner, Maven shared his thoughts on various wrestlers he worked with in one highly what was William Regal. I came up and this is what he had to say on his YouTube channel. Like, I still hear this guy in my head telling me, keep your hands on your pockets. Like, lad, I mean, lad, like, you keep your hands on your pockets, lad. Like, the story behind that is I'm out at the ring. I feel like somebody tapped me on the shoulders or shoulder, I should say, as I as I standing as I'm standing with both my hands in pockets, and it was William Regal. Like he told me, and I this. Still remember this years like later, like this years later, like I remember this years later. Like I told, like he told me, you're you're a fighter. Fighters like never stand with their hands like and in their stand with their hands in their pockets like like they have they have to be ready. Like it's just always stayed like with me like to this day. Maven said. Maven then recalled how he heard about a match that Regal had with Goldberg in WCW, and he noted that they told the story differently. He explained that he attended to side with Regal's inter inter interpret interpretation in interpretation like Maven like also phrased that had he had undying respect uh, for Regal as he made him a made him had undying respect for Regal as he made him a better wrestler. Like he a better wrestler. He admitted that he wished that he stuck closer to Regal during his time with WWE. He said Goldberg had a match earlier in Goldberg's WCW career with Regal and both of these guys are gonna tell the story a a little bit different. Like Goldberg that says that Regal that Regal took liberties took liberties with him, and Regal says like the office like told them to to have a come have a competitive match. I tend to stand behind Regal and his in this interpretation like of what he was told to do like now like that said like I still think he went out and made a show. I still think he went out and proved a point like not only to Goldberg but to the world. Like about what true toughness is. But Regal Regal what William Regal but William Regal, I worked with him and handful for work with him a handful of times. And every I worked with him a handful of times, and every time we worked together, the the reason he has my undying respect is because it didn't matter if we had a 4 minute segment. He he made it a point that I was going to learn something to learn something during my days interaction with him. He was going to going not only tell me what we going we're gonna be doing, but but explain the why behind it. He in he in a sense made me a better wrestler. He's he's one of the guys I wish I would have stuck to like glue, because I probably would have had a longer and more fruitful career had I paid attention to William Regal, he said. Maven went on to note that Regal is still involved in the business, and he will likely continue to be until until he until he decides until he decides I to to leave. And he stated that everyone who comes into contact with Regal is better for it. And what he thought about this compliment and from Maven, and given his given his undying respects to him. And do you think he deserves it? Well, I think he does deserve it, for being a legendary figure, and also being a legendary figure for one, and two, inspired many wrestlers and also give them some advice. And I believe every wrestler but Orange Cassidy would take this advice, of saying, like being a wrestler, being a very successful wrestler does not mean you put your hands in your pockets. Which I don't think that's a shot at Orange Cassidy, but just some reality. You have some reality notes that he's not going to be he's not going to be putting his hands out anytime soon, putting his hands on his pockets anytime soon, of course. Well, let's move on to the next news now, and it is Big Little Brawler, to premiere on Discovery, premiere on the Discovery Channel in January. It says a new wrestling reality show enters to Warner Bros. Discovery family, and Warner Bros. Discovery announced Little Brawlers will premiere on Discovery on January 9th. The like the series follows athletes like in the in the in the micro in the micro wrestling federation. It says right here in the in a little bit of in a little people athletes like risk little little and Liam like in in big in big little brawlers like premiering Tuesday January January 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern, like on the Discovery Channel, like in Burbank, California, like December 14th, 2023, like full of heart drama and high flying micro wrestling. The 6-part series, Big Little Brawlers, premieres Tuesday, like January 9th at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Discovery Channel as they uh, attempt to achieve more to achieve their piece their piece of the American dream, a group of remarkable little people like athletes like with larger than life personalities are forced to overcome ego injury and the limitations imposed by society set to in Paragon Forge Tennessee big little brawlers follows athletes in the Micro Wrestling Federation, one of the most successful little people wrestling leagues in the world. Pinky's shortcake and and psycho parents uh, psycho parents and wrestling partners must navigate their relationship both in and out of the ring. The voice of micro wrestling like Ivar the micro dreams of going from hype man to wrestler despite significant physical risk. Popular veteran Lil Show wrestles to support his wife and his children, but fears his best moments in the ring are behind him, and the up and coming wrestler Hot Rod must prove his talent, lit lives up to his live up to his ego despite inter- internal internal dramas and frustration. Micro Wrestling Federation CEO Jack Dorrell who Hillegas encourages Hillegas like has encourages the group to Jack Dorrell Hillegas encourages the group to work together as a family as they approach microfest the biggest micro wrestling event of the year. It says alongside specu speculator specular specular feats of athleticism this Discovery series like brought every series, like rodents, like the rodents, the way we reveal compelling stories of remarkable people overcoming huge odds. Like says Howard, lead, lead president of Discovery. I I said Howard Lee, president of the Discovery Network, and TLC, audiences can audiences can follow the conversation on social media with the hashtag big little brawlers and follow discovery discovery on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates. Like Big Little Brawlers is produced for Warner Bros. Discovery by Jupiter Entertainment. And what's your thoughts about this new little wrestling reality show that's going to be airing on Tuesday nights, starting on January 9th, I believe it said. Yeah, January 9th in 2024. And are you going to be watching it? Maybe I should give it a watch just through time to time. You know, I'm not sure if it is. I mean, I'm not sure if I try it, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a try and see what I think. And it says it's on January. It comes on January 10th, January 9th. I mean January 9th, and it comes on 10 p.m. Eastern, which that's the same time like when NXT goes off the air. But yeah, maybe I should give it a try and see if I like the show, which I might which it now depends on that. But let me know if y'all gonna check it out in the comments down below when it airs on TV. The first episode comes on like come like at comes on at yeah exactly Tuesday January 9th, 2024, of course. But we're gonna end this video with and we'll end this video with Jelly Roll news now. Is was happy to happy like was to see happy to see back Randy Orton. I see Randy Orton back on Raw on November 27th, 2023. Like wrestling is old school fun, entertainment. I should say, yeah, old school fun. Which is the same day as Alexa Bliss gave birth. But anyways, Joey Roll reflects on his WWE experience, the the November 27th episode of WWE Raw. Like music star Jelly Roll got involved in the action, welcoming back our truth to the Raw brand and helping out Randy Orton in his match against Dominic Mysterio. Speaking on Popcast, speaking on Popcast, Joey Roll was asked about his love of wrestling and how the appearance like came together. He said, "We want to we well we I mean not want to I mean we went to that's an E. My apologies. We went to the wrestling at the fair. Like Jeff Jarrett, was a Nashville guy. We were we were always cheering for that stuff. I I just love it. I always took from the playbook. I love their approach. It's entertainment. It's the last of real old school fun. Entertainment, it's awesome. It's pure. like Neil, Lowry, Neil Lowry, like head of WWE music, like gave me a chance to do the SummerSlam theme a couple years ago. He jumped. He just kept in touch, and he said if if you ever get time, just come out. We'll write you into something. It'll it'll be fun. I was like, I'd love to get involved like in a little scuffle. I mean, not shuffle, scuffle with a C, scuffle here, and and there and there they called me and said they wanted me to come backstage and do a promo like about being here, which is what I did, which brought our truth back, which was big for me because I love the truth. When when he left for surgery, I was sad because I love everything he brings to wrestling, and I love his music. I was this this is big, getting to do this with Truth. The the Randy Orton stuff was was just was cool. I'm I'm a Randy Orton fan. I so when I got to get in the mix and and back my dude, like Randy Orton is the reason I went. Like I knew CM Punk was going to be there. I I didn't know our truth was coming back like until they told me that day. Like I knew CM Punk was talking for the first time. And I knew Randy Orton was back on a on a match, and I was like, "Let's go!" Like to got to back Randy in the match, and it was even cooler. Jelly Roll shoved JD Madonna uh, when he uh, when he confronted him during Orton versus Mysterio. Fans fans can check that from the other article from just the other day. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Jelly Roll's experience of being in WWE? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And he even admitted that he used to went to wrestling fairs all the time. With him knowing Jeff Jarrett because they're both from Tennessee, of course. And they know each other personally as well. And they used to hung out in fairs where they have have wrestling where they have the wrestling and stuff and then they always go to those shows where they cheer for their favorite wrestlers. And then he been a fan of watching WWE for years, many years, especially on the Ruthless Aggression era. And then this was a very cool and very fun experience. And he was glad that he could back up Randy Orton when Randy Orton took on Dominic Mysterio by shoving JD Madonna out of his face, and then even doing the same with Dominic Mysterio when he got into his face too. And then that's when Randy Orton hit that back suplex and then the RKO and stuff. And then he was he even said he was very sad that R-Truth was suffered an injury later on, earlier this year, he wrestled Grayson Waller on NXT when he made a one-off appearance on that show. But he was glad to. He didn't know that. He did not know that. He did not know that R-Truth was going to be back. Well, CM Punk. I mean, not CM. I mean, R-Truth was going to be back. R-Truth was already been back like since like the beginning of Survivor Series, like when he made that appearance. Like of course he was, and he said he already expected CM Punk and Randy Orton going to be there. Like and yeah, Randy Orton was facing Dominic Mysterio, and he got to be involved into the match as well. And also CM Punk was there to make his presence known, and Hell Froze Over, and he is back, and he's back home, which Seth Rollins doesn't think he is because he talked a lot of bad things about him, and even him as well, and that's his home, and that he's the best in the world. Like I recapped on the Monday Night Raw a week ago. Make sure you check that out. But let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. And speaking of CM Punk, I thought of it as like this is the like I made like reviews for both like CM Punk and Jade Cargill for both WWE and AEW, which they both left AEW and then they joined WWE. With Jade Cargill leaving back in what month? I think it was August, and then she joined WWE back in September. And then CM Punk left in September, AEW in September, and then he joined WWE in November at Survivor Series. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about your thoughts on Jelly Roll's his comments and his experience of being a very great and cool experience. But yeah, let me know about that in the comments down below. Also, and this is the end of your wrestling news video of the latest wrestling news stories and rumors that you SNA fans need to know from the Fightful Select article. And on December 15th, 2023, and hopefully it was I hope it was a excuse me. Hopefully it was a great hopefully this was a really great wrestling news video, and hope and like 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 and hopefully you guys hopefully you guys liked the video, and if you did, please make sure you leave a huge thumbs up into the butt. Leave a huge thumbs up button. And click on the thumbs up and put your and make sure you click on the thumbs up button and then leave a thumbs up in the comments down below with your thoughts, and subscribe. Click the bell notification so you can be the first one to know when I upload. First one to know when I upload the new video, and later on I'll be doing my latest SmackDown review, like on what went down on tonight's December 15th edition of the Blue Brand, and which will be the returning Roman Reigns, like which he gonna have a few things to say about both Randy Orton and LA Knight, about like they want to have a match against the Tribal Chief because they both have unfinished business with him, which I believe will be Randy Orton, but it could be a triple threat match. But then again, it could be anything. Like Roman Reigns has put himself in quite a stir, I should say, because he not only because he's gonna have to choose, like he's gonna face Roman Reigns or LA Knight. I mean not Roman, Randy Orton or LA Knight, my apology, or even both of them in a triple threat, which it's gonna put him in his reign as Universal Championship on quite a jeopardy, I should say. He's gonna put them right on quite a jeopardized situation. Like how's he gonna get himself in this jeopardized corner, I should say. And let me know what y'all think about that in the comments down below. And what do you think? What else is going to go down on Friday Night SmackDown? Let me know also in the comments down below. And also, we also have AEW Rampage, which will be part 18, which is episode 178, I believe. Which this is the 100. This is 176. I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin, on this wrestling news video, part 66. But anyways, yeah, make sure you watch all the videos that's already been scheduled for later on this evening, and I'll see you all there. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin, the assassin, out. Bye bye, my SNA fans. Hopefully you'll have a great Friday afternoon.